Welcome back to RuneScape Dragonwilds. We are talking to ghosts. And it has to be at nighttime, so it's very dark. Doing stuff. Finding things. Restless spirit. Thought I'd be safe here, hidden away from the skies. The dragon circled over me. I thought maybe okay. It wasn't shocker. He isn't here. Remember, he is. Say farewell to Finn, won't you? Tell him I'm sorry. Choking on swamp gas, ruined timber, moldy and splintered, sinking moment by moment into bitter, bleak mud. Find the name of the buried, set them free. Well, this is sounding like it's gonna be a spot over in the swamp. Let's get over there. Thorny vine. Out of the way. There you go. Can we just jump down here? I feel better jumping. Let's jump. Wind step. Not exactly what I meant to do, but it worked out. Okay. We need to get to a teleporter. Let's run up this way. Should be fine. A spot in the swamp gas and the mud. Sounds findable. Somewhere in the middle-ish, I think, perhaps, maybe. Hard to say. We'll at least try here. It's gotta be in the nighttime, too. Okay. Swamp gas. We got mud. We got goblins and such around this area. Archer. Rude. What about this direction? Nighttime's also dangerous for other reasons, of course. Just need to see the outline of the ghosts. See if the abyssal demon's lurking around somewhere. Somewhere. Any ghosts in here? Got goblins. Rude. Armor. Look at the map here. Does it look like it could be a thing? Is this way down here? Keep running around. Could be up on top of something. Maybe somewhere else. Just looking around the various swamp areas. Sinking in the mud. And stuff. Goblin up there. Rude. What's he got here? And free treasure. Yoink. And we're encumbered. Alright, that's not ideal. Obviously. That was really not the time for this. It's even weighing us down. Guess we got a second vault core. That's not helping. If we had more weight, we could be picking stuff up while we're here. Just that much essence. Just else of heavy. That's not too heavy. Close enough. Still night. Rude. Still keep looking around here for something. Heading kind of further west here. It's a different spot here. And ghosts. Treasure. Which we can't hold because of current situation. At the edge of the swamp here. It's clearly not here. So it looks like it's daytime. So that kind of ends that, doesn't it? Oh, here's Brownmead Valley, apparently. Alright. Could also technically be down in the poison area. It feels like more like it would be in here. Not that we can tell, because the ghost isn't going to be visible now. Sounds like more like... It sounds like more like wood or something. Sinking in the swamp. Buried somewhere in here. Essentially. Get out of here. What else looks sinking-y? Previous one was in a cave. I don't know if we're gonna find too many sinking down into the mud caves here. Doesn't sound like a thing. Could be. Alright. Let's find our way out of here. Find some other kind of structure or something here. Information. Here's a lore book. Something. Torn journal page. October 1466. They came in the night. The driver fell first. His life quickly ended with an arrow to the neck. Eva grabbed her staff and prepared to unleash a torrent of flame on our attackers. A crack of thunder sent us sprawling across the forest floor. Eric vanished, yelping as something dragged him into the tree line, only for the scream to silence suddenly with terrifying finality. I raised my bow as Eva hurled flames in the woods, and, in the flickering light, as her fire blast dwindled, caught sight of yellow eyes glinting in the darkness, pure evil. They charged, sweeping out of the forest like shadows with teeth, like wolves that walked on two legs, almost human in their stance. But in the short-lived embers of Eva's magic, I saw no sign of humanity, only malice. They ran at us with saliva dripping from elongated fangs and claws. They glinted unpleasantly in the moonlight. I felled 2 of them with my arrows before they caught up to Eva and turned the evening's rain a horrible shade of scarlet. I ran and they let me escape. They're toying with us. I can't run far enough. There's the Karo guys. There's like a stick. Okay. Ramp. Let me get to the teleport. We haven't really needed to put down a new teleport on here. So we could definitely carry more stuff if we stopped having a waypoint on us the entire time. Might be worth it. Also cheaper teleports. Can always get it ready when we actually need it here. Might be a better plan. Floating. There we go. Here. There. Stone, stone. All this wood. Let's get that from busting down those pieces. Hard to say. Some flax. This. Got a good pile of essence here. That's gonna be nice. For magic. Alright. More flax. And some swamp tires, why not? I'm in this one now. Yeah. That's better. Let's get back out into the swamp. See if we can find anything that looks like what we want to be looking at. Go down to the other end of the swamp here. I don't think it would be in the vault here. That's not really wood or whatever. I feel like we're looking for structure. There's not too many structures out in the swamp here, though. Mud. The mud is making me feel more like it's definitely this swamp instead of the poison one. That one doesn't seem particularly muddy, all things considered. We'll be picking up stuff while we're running around. Could also be a good idea. Just exit up that way. Ramp. Definitely not the most descriptive information of what we're looking for where. It really seem to be on this side. Buried. Also some mushrooms. We need those for anti-poison or something. Doesn't really feel like it's on this side. Need some more clay. Not particularly right now. That's alright. Yeah, the only other structures are really the goblin areas. As far as I've seen here. It could be there. Just need to clear out the goblins a little bit more. Climb up around this way. You also can't see very far due to all the fog and everything. Which also is not helping. Clearly. Out of here, all y'all. Archer. Beat you up too. You guys are only level 2. You're also the guy that killed the dragon here. Mistakes is what you're making. Huh. Got clay. Could definitely use some more mushrooms here too. It's fine. Nothing up here is really saying area that we want to be in. Sinking into the mud. Most of the little things here felt more just ruined and less sinking. There's one that's more in the middle, like this one here. Of the options, this is one that's more sinking, I would think. Let's get up here. Hi, archers. Goodbye, archers. Kinda sinking, I guess. Perhaps more than other options. It's got mud. Could be. Could be the spot. About as good as any of our other things, and we didn't technically come over here to look at it more closely last night. Of the possibilities, this is definitely one of them. Alright. More swamp time? Sure. This feels sinking. Feels like it's probably about it. Jump up onto this. Having a real hard time. Oh, these clay nodes. No. Let's keep collecting more stuff while we wait for it to be night again, I guess. That's okay. I was gonna need more supplies and things. That's okay. Don't really need to fight all the rats. Totally can though, obviously. Let's see. Mushroom. And jump and attack did not quite work out for us there. Unfortunately. Treasure. We have that. That's more loot. Oh, just random treasure. This is just right next to this floor here. Wow. That's something, I guess. This is getting up to the fractured plains again. Okay. Nighttime? Doesn't look like it. Could figure out the actual day-night cycle here. Could be helpful information to have. Thinking over here. Of the spots, that feels potentially the most sinking-ish. This is kind of higher up, not really sinking. Presumably somewhere in here. It just kind of blends in with the fog. And plenty of rat meat, too. That's something. That's a win. Out here, here's flax. Also worth picking up. Huh. If we get out of here, we could get a better look at what time it might be. Some information, at least. Out of the fog. Sigh. Maybe getting towards night here? Sorta. Make some more flax. I like that. Consume stuff. Just throw in scrolls all over the world here. That's something. That's something. That's free cabbage. Put that together with all the rat meat we're getting. Do something. There's a castle up there. Okay. Cabbage. We can also tell it's actually night. That allows us to sleep in the portable shelter thing. Some coming in the fog. Dead now. Rat somewhere. Let's open up some packs while we're waiting here. More kinds of runes, more essence. Healing potions, also nice. Can we make those? Perhaps. Or later. Lots of rats down there. Huh. Some supplies and stuff. That's just wandering through. Right there. Now we're poisoned by the stupid rats. Amazing. Ideal. Fantastic. Daytime. It's only a little bit of poisoning. Everything's fine. Comparatively. Alright. We get some dirty water if we needed to. Don't really need to. Nighttime. Alright. Got any ghosts around here? I'm really seeing any. One NPC somewhere in the world. Only at night. Wildly inconvenient. I got one. Really? Yeah. Not seeing anything here. Also because of the fog, but still. No obvious spooky ghosts. Okay. Look around more spots here. Now we're being hunted. Extra fantastic. Right out through here. We got a lot of things going on right now. Being hunted, being poisoned, looking for a ghost somewhere. Turn up the armor. Out of here, rats! Rude. Anyways. Could be up on top of something somewhere. It was more difficult for me. Sinking in the swamp. It could technically be in the poisonous swamp. Just as it's choking on the swamp gas, but I feel like yep, there's a ghost. Alright. My goodness. This is the structure. Amazing. This is a darkness rat. You get out of here. Over there. I'm impressed it got this far, really, this boat, because I've never sailed it here. I tried to row out by the lake near the temple, and the dragon whacked with his tail. What had I ever done to him? Hurling through the air, knowing everything was over, all I could think about was how I'd missed breakfast, most important meal of the day, and I forgot it on my last one. Name's Kay, adventurer. Remember me, won't you? Give me a proper goodbye. Besides, that once whirred like a tornado, and lay still among crumbled stone. Find the lost one who dwells there, set her free. Blaze that once whirled like a tornado, now lay still on crumbled stone. Also, who dwells there, set her free. What do you mean by that? Floating through the air. This one's gonna be a part of goodbye. Blaze once were like a tornado, now lay still in crumbled stone. Find the lost one who dwells there, set her free. The only thing I can think on that would be windmill. Windmill blades. That wasn't even a location. Blades that were like a tornado now lay still. Well, that's definitely maybe something. Let's go back towards the beginning here. What about another teleport closer here? But that's fine. This way. Well, let's see if we can find Blast Ghost. Is it even a windmill? Hard to say. Totally is. Alright. It's my best guess here. Windmill blades. They're kind of moving. Some information there or something. Ghost, 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 ghost. Well, it's still nighttime. There we go. With almost no information, we actually found it. Well, this didn't work out for me, did it? We made this great stupid journey, leaving Alcarid behind, because an adventure awaited me, glory and fame, and a great blade dragon messed everything up. Dead within moments, barely a day in this land, and never did have the best luck. Remember me, adventurer, I was Lesina, blade for hire and sword master supreme. Say a prayer for me, so that the gods will look on me fondly. Names to be remembered, prayers for the dead, whisper our memories at the place by the temple, so we might finally rest. Place by the temple. Okay. Let's find some lore here. Bloodstained Journal, 31st of October 4213. As I write this, the villagers die around me. I cower beneath broken timber, hoping they do not hear the scratching of my quill against the page. Use my own blood as ink, like some infernal contract. No matter how much I write prayers for salvation, no one hears my plea. It was the beasts, the Garo, which came for us, and they were not alone. I thought them eradicated. The alliance with the war god and his foul-smelling minions was so we could wipe out their moon goddess and cleanse the forest of their filth. We were so assured of our victory, and we were so close to success. But now their moon goddess rides atop a scaled nightmare, flames for breath and swords for fangs. Beside her came two creatures I had never seen before, scaled, winged, wicked, like the great beast the goddess robed. Around one was a halo of fire, and the other was a room of frost, scribbling a tally of our deaths in its journal. They burned the city to the ground, murdered the Lord and his knights. We scattered into the woods, doomed. Saradomin, where are you? Oh boy. All kinds of problems out here, clearly. Let's see what Vanaka left here earlier. What about Cathan's note? Old Vanaka's an odd chap, loyal to a fault, but not one to show affection. So remember how he trained me, instilling me with a hatred for him that pushed me right past the pain. He was merciless, he was relentless, treated made me ache every day. I took months of resentment and balled him into a fist, and with all my loathing, rammed it right into his face. He was so proud. So proud that I punched him, so pleased with me for bruising his jaw, because that was the first time I had walked on my new leg without having to think through every painful motion. He gave me something else to turn my loathing on, that wasn't myself. That lummox took a broken kid, ready to give up on the world, and turned him into a warrior. He's a good man, Banaka, even if he won't always admit it. So of course I said I'd join him on his new adventure. I feel like there's more than just a curiosity here for him. Something deeper, something hidden. A pain behind the eyes. So yeah, I'll help him find what he's looking for. That's what a good friend does. I already found Banaka's story later, further in. And then Shirkathan died also. Do I got anything here? Nope. No information of where they wandered off to. Where are we saying this prayer? There's a prayer somewhere. There needs to be night is another question. Or if there needs to be ghosts around. Also possible. Nope. Nope, that was just a stone boulder. Not quite what we're looking for. Near the temple? This is definitely the temple. This way. Try the other side. Is that more like next to the temple? Another spot over here. What are we thinking? Where would be a good spot for same prayers? Right here? This looks like something. Remembered Shrine. Here we go. Shrine is a place where the dead are remembered, so they may move on to the afterlife they deserve. Remember, Words of Fate and K. Wind smells briefly of grass and soil. A contented feeling fills your heart. Also thirst. The dead do not yet feel fully at peace. There may be more out there that need help moving on. Remember... What's it now? The sound of laughter and the clash of blade against blade. You cannot help but smile. Do not fully at peace. You're helping on. Imp, imp. Finn. The sound of children playing and women laughing with them. The dead not yet at peace. You see us keep going through the dialogues here. Remember K. You smell sausages, bacon, and eggs sizzling in a pan. Your stomach rumbles in response. The lost, the dead, and the once forgotten are finally laid to rest. A gentle peace washes over you, left with a gift from the dead. That's complete. Restless Ghosts. We got a Restless Ghosts reward pack. What could be in here? Books. Tome of Cooking, Mining, Artisan, and Woodcutting. Amazing. 100 XP. For all that running around, having to be at night, specific locations. The lore is more the reward here, I would say. But still, it's something. Okay. And right here, near the house, too. That works out nicely. Okay. Well, there we go. That takes care of that. There's still at least 2 other side quests to go do. And then potentially recipes and making stuff. And back into the poison some more. A bit of a mess, all things considered. But a mess we can actually work with. Stuff over here. Some stone. Some cooking supplies. Got some potion stuff. Should be great. These. More essence. A couple bits of animal hide scraps. And fur. And flax. And teeth. Arrow supplies, still looking good. Okay. Probably need to repair the whip here. Do that. Anything else needs some repair? Pickaxe, I guess. Bow, why not? Since we're doing the whole magical mending business. Everything lift and repair. Now it's all in different orders, but that's alright. There you go. Decent. Decent. Now we can actually sleep through the night here. So we don't have to run around chasing ghosts. So that's a plus. Okay. Make our way to another spot. For another starting location that we didn't find originally. Next time. Goodbye.